going to put your laugh in there.
All right, thank you very much.
It's a rare event to see you happy, that's all, Lynn. Oh, that was me. So it's a rare event to see you smiling, eh? And we've got Farrell around here to pick up a mower, which replaces our old mower. And me and Farmer got 2 hay deliveries, and we've been doing some concreting this morning. So things are busy.
Yeah, that dude.
Like that.
So I've got a special stand that I have to put the axle on, because obviously you have to hang it off the side.
Yeah.
And then I went to the container this morning, someone had pinched it. So I went round the workshop, and I probably haven't used it for 2 years, and I found it.
Oh, you found it?
It's a simple design,
Yeah.
but it works.
Yeah, yeah.
So people, I'll just block them on wood, but unless you've got the same size blocks of wood all the way up, which you never ever have,
No.
you're cobbling bits of wood together, they just want to fall.
Yeah.
They're just horrible things to transport.
Yeah.
If you don't set up near them, you'll...
Yeah. First thing you do is look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, grab. First thing is look above you, and the next thing is look below you.
Yeah. Wow, it's something else, isn't it? Woo.
Have you got your trailer on? Another one, yeah?
Bloody hell. Oh yeah, and more. Yeah, go right.
What would that pick up then, mate? A full extent?
Two and a bit.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
So
That's...
that is the back of the drag.
Yeah.
So
When much you can get, like, as long as you got your weight right.
yeah.
What one of these weigh? 3?
It's that.
If that.
Yeah. It's more awkward than anything else, isn't it?
Good move, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How many years you had that? Quite a long time, isn't it?
11 or 12.
12 years?
So, 10 years. Be 11 or 12. 10 years. I should
Cut
be
some
like.
ground with that, haven't you?
Little things like these stuff.
Yeah, just a job.
One more of them.
You see the little babies on the floor, look. Where have you guys come from? They're only little. They don't want to be hanging about too here, because there's 3 cats that'll have them. Just got their wings, haven't they? Oh, he's on the wall.
Hey, walk across it, mate.
No.
Yeah, you'll be alright.
Are you serious? Oh,
Yeah, no problem.
why sinking?
You look at that, you think how concrete cracks have made. That board stayed static, look.
Yeah.
And that concrete shrinking away.
Yeah.
And that's how much concrete shrinks as it goes in. You look down here, look. This is what I've come to look at. Look at that crack running across there where we joined.
That's what happened when we did that other, didn't it?
Yeah.
Wherever we joined.
Yeah. And I heard them old boys told me that when they were laying concrete, they were like, they call it a cold edge.
Yeah.
You don't want a cold edge. And what I think we do, I think we put a board in.
And then, yeah.
And go again.
Yeah.
And then it'll leave a crack. Oh, put a bit of that K-form in.
That goes all the way across, look.
Yeah, I know, I see it.
Do you know what, when we were waiting for it, I was like, I didn't think it would be as much, because that was still quite wet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But that still does it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Me and Farmer are just up at Peter's farm, just picking up the last of the meadow grass. Keithy should be up here. Oh, I'm a bit. Hang on. Way up. I want my. In there somewhere. to that yet? I've been busy today. I ain't sat around, am I? Hey, why didn't you wait for me? You two were meant to wait.
What?
For me to come with the drone. I'm here now, and you've done it. You've done it all. Keithy had the Chandler's man here fixing his seat. So, we'll ask him in a minute. But apparently, I put 2 new sensors in the seat. Seat was going off, then cutting off the PTOs, which was a little bit annoying. And there was a beep. That was super annoying as well. And not as new looking as she was. All these grass seeds there. See if Keithy's pranged it up anywhere, looking for damage. Oh yeah, I thought you had. I thought you had. That's rude. Is your seat fixed there?
Yeah.
Hey Carl, you got any seat sensors in your tractor?
Don't think so.
Look at the crack in the ground here, look. Get your hand down there. We were just saying, it doesn't feel like it's been that dry, does it? No. You know, because we haven't been, well, we've had a week off not mowing, haven't we? Yeah. But look at that runs all the way along.
You get a bit more summer, you get your leg down it then.
How thirsty is your tractor then with 2 mowers on?
It does use it. I've been up to 1,000, using it on 1,000.
Yeah.
Because I did have it on economy, but it's not running that one at economy.
No, we noticed this one wasn't spinning as fast, was it?
No. That's standard 1,000 on the front.
Yeah.
And the back, you can use the back one on 1,000 economy.
Yeah.
Just lower revs.
Right.
So then you're not running this one at proper 1,000.
No.
It's all right on grass like this, easy cut, and it doesn't seem to have any effect on it.
No. You like it though?
Yeah, it's a good setup.
We got here a bit late. I was hoping to get a drone up and get some drone footage of the guys going, but we're a bit late. The guys have finished for the day. We got a hell of a lot down. Keithy was cutting all day yesterday, so we've got a fair amount of grass down now. So we'll have to stagger the days a bit before we go cutting again. Looks like good weather coming. Hopefully, they keep saying about it, but it does look like it's going to be good weather. And it looks like we might be able to keep going for a little while. So Keithy will probably give it a day, and then he'll be back to mowing some more. Otherwise, you can't keep up with the balers enough. The balers are the restriction point. Ag was saying them other mowers were 10 years old or 12 years old?
The one that's just gone, that was in 2012.
Yeah. They go on about 2012, these old boys. Oh, a wet time, they say.
Yeah. Worst year
Every bloody day you talk about 2012.
That was a terrible year. Started in May.
You were cutting in the wet, weren't you? You were cutting in puddles?
In water, yeah.
In water.
Cutting ruts, making a mess, getting bales off.
Oh yeah, not fun.
It started in May and finished probably 12 months later.
It was wet all through harvest. You had jewels on the combine, didn't you?
Yeah, nearly 12 months of wet.
Yeah. It'll come again, won't it? It will come again.
They reckon it's a 1 in 250 year thing. I don't know. Hopefully it was. We won't see another one.
No. Just on our way home, taking advantage of an early night because there's going to be some light ones to come in the next few weeks. Just walking out in this spring wheat. We're outside the front of the farm here. I'm in a different field. You always see the same field each time, so I thought I picked a different field, but they're pretty much all look the same. Now, got a bit of this one's actually probably the cleanest out of the lot. The spring wheat is now coming out in here. We'll have a look at the ears in a minute, but what we've got here are these. Hang on, where did that go? There's another one. Got these here. Right, so we got some, these are tame oats. This is our own fault as well. This is the field we drilled. This is, we drilled straight from the heap. We put them into our own seed bags. And what did we have in there last year? Oats. Now the seed itself, the field itself, without these tame oats, actually looks really clean. To be fair, and if you look up the tram lines, and if you can still see soil at the tram line, it's usually a good indicator that your fields are pretty clean, and they are. Apart from these tame oats that we left in the bag from years to come. And you think you shake them out, you shake them, and they're so even throughout the field that they're you know, they're not wild oats. Wild oats are a little bit different. They don't look quite this they look a little bit different to this. They're a little bit lighter in colour, and they're big and fluffy and bushy. The farmer was telling me that this is probably, it looked terrible to start with. It looked absolutely terrible, especially the field out the front there, which looks exactly the same as these. Let's get down to the wheat plant themselves. Look at these heads. Spring wheat this is. Just in flower, look. You see all the little white bits on there? That's the flower, the flowering. The farmer reckons 2.5 ton now. And at the very start, just after we planted and it all came up and it looked really thin, he was well, I remember it to the day. He said that will only do 1 ton if we're lucky, he said. Right, I don't know if you can see it, but it stood out all farmer missed it on purpose. Turn the sprayer off, you can see it as a line. It's where the farmer turned the sprayer off. He wanted to make sure that chemical was doing something, so he turned his sprayer off. Oh man, I don't like walking through crops. And this is where he missed with the sprayer, with the sulphur. Had we not sprayed that across the whole field, look what we would have had. Absolutely nothing. Look, half the size. We'll take one of these, I'll show you. I'll take a good one as well. That's a fair one, look. And we'll walk out to where it gets good again. And that's not a particularly big one. Half the size, look. Look, half the size. Half the size. So it goes to show that little bit of spray, and it wasn't expensive. Look at the cracks again. Wasn't expensive, but had we not sprayed that on it, we would have been down 2/3 maybe, if you had that all over. Pretty important that that chemical went on when it did, and we had a good rain to mix it in afterwards, so that chemical went on, we had a rain, and it all got washed in. And it's just goes to show that these chemicals do work. Right then, so I've got a little message for a young lady. Anna, happy birthday. Happy 27th birthday, I might add. You're still a young spring chicken. Anyway, have a great day. I hope it's a good one, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Pete's only just done a service on this one, so it shouldn't want any, but it's always good practice to check them. Bang in the middle. It don't want nothing yet, but in a few weeks time it wants to check in again. In there is oil. You unscrew that, look, and then it's a dipstick, but it wants to be clean around the top before you undo it, so no stuff falls in. Yeah. These have to be kept clear. Do you know what these are?
Yeah, they're for like heat and that.
They're breathers, yeah. They let the oil gets hot inside, and then it wants to just breathe. Same with them, that's the same. But they get covered in grass. That was alright. We're out with the topper today, something a bit different. Young Charlie's been going around the headlands, as you can see. She's already done this one. We're just going to finish off for her. She's going to run the tedder today with Keithy, so they're going out on the tedders. And we're down at Collins Field. These are the oats. We were having a look at these just the other day. Looking really well. These are going to, we're pretty sure these are going to do, you know, rather well. Just before harvest, every year we like to come round the headlands. Our headlands actually haven't been topped this year. We've left them. It's just got away from us. Time's got away from us. The jobs have changed, you know. We've been a bit busy. Charlie's done a nice job. We've just got one field left here. We've got some cow fields that need topping, so we'll go and see the cows later on. Now I'll show you something quite interesting. We were running the spreaders last year. You look at this field here, and we were having to turn, but the spreaders are so big, we had to run the spreader in the field to turn into this gateway. But look at the compaction spot, and that little low spot there in the crop That's just a compaction spot. Where the spreaders are very heavy, you see, it was loaded up with muck. And where we were turning all day, look, and Keithy came through with a disc grater and lifted it. I think he lifted it twice, but still, the compaction stays there, even though you've come through and cultivated. But everywhere else looks pretty good. I can see some wild oats in the middle of this one, but nothing really crazy to worry about. We've got Jackie's next door to do, then we're going to the cow fields, so we're going to get to it. Oh, you can see why we're doing it. It's a little bit overgrown down this area. Got to be careful around here, because I know if I get too close to that bush, there's an old barbed wire fence in there. I caught it before. In fact, I can see it. I don't go too crazy when I'm topping. I like to do a nice job, take it nice and steady. Topping's one of them jobs that's quite therapeutic, you know. You've got this giant chunk of grass in front of you, and then you look out the back. It's just like mowing your lawn, but on a bigger scale. Just sheeting up some hay. This has been blown. This is the Timothy hay that come out of the where did this come from? Out the front of the farm. But we'll blow it for a few days. Got to let the hay breathe for a little bit, let it all cool down, and then we come across. Keithy will then put a sheet of plastic up, and then we put some bales inside just to protect it, hold it against the sheet, stop it blowing away. If you get a bad storm, it will take them off, and you do end up having to sometimes reshoot. So what, we have one of these loose, but both of them?
Both of them. And then of course they corroded where we've been washing it. So they rusted, so I have to have them out. Now I've just had a little, I've just took the taps back, the tap and door set. So we've got them up here for the, mate, if you've been up and down here, look, the mud guard. I've worn the mud guard out.
I've seen that.
Hey! Oh yeah.
Christ almighty, I have been up and down.
That there though, these are all the way around it, and that's all that holds it to the face of the tractor.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was like loose. A car.
The windscreen was loose.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been good, wouldn't it?
You know, because obviously if it was loose, it would have moved. Could it have moved and then smashed? Or
no, because these are tight up.
Just lets the water in. It's actually not much of a day out there. I thought they forecast 25 degrees today, but it doesn't look much out there. But we're off to Ted some hay. Charlie's already out there. Keithy's gone off mowing again. They are talking of some high temperatures coming in next week, so we're looking like we should be able to keep going for a little while. Just getting on to the hay fields. Young Charlie's here, she's already started. Catch up with Charlie and we'll do the tedding together. But this is the next block of land. There's there's a fair chunk here actually, and you know, it looks like quite a nice crop actually. A little bit more than in other places we've seen. That's where Charlie got stuck, look, in that little spring. I think she's learned her lesson now. There's the other spring. There is Charlie. What we will do is just let her crack on with this field, and we'll go and do the start of the next field, and then we'll finish this block together, and then we're going over to Peter's farm where there's a bit of Timothy down. That's where we caught up with Colin and Keithy a little bit ago. Right, look at the clouds, look. And but it's still 20, it feels like, you know, it still feels perfectly warm. It's like 23, 24 degrees outside. Ever so strange. You know, the hay's still making, but the sun's not shining. But let's just have a little look at this stuff. This stuff is lovely. Good hay. That is going to be ready to bale. I would imagine we'll be here baling tomorrow. Oh my God, that smells mental. Fine, there's still some little bits of green in there, look. And I imagine down by the, always find it greenest down by the shaded areas. They don't get the sun as much, so. But it's not far away. It will be probably, we probably won't even get to this field in particular, but we will imagine get to this one here tomorrow. There's two big fields there first to go through, so yeah, we'll see how far we get. But by the time we get onto this tomorrow night, I'm sure it'll be ready to go. Lovely stuff, lovely. Lynn will be happy. The horses go mad for this type of hay. Lovely soft meadow hay. These things here are the switches for the, so when it folds up, the arm comes over and it touches, leans against this spring here, which then activates the next section of boom. So it all works in sequence, and it's done with these little switches here. And it wasn't last year, it was the year before, Keithy had one of these come undone. He spotted it nice and early, and the bolt was laid on here, or it was just in there, tightened her back up, and away it went again. But it's pretty simple design, and in the 5 years we've had it, they've never faltered. You know, they're strong as anything. You know, they're just nicely made. The chrome stuff is always nicely made, nice and strong, made for its purpose. Farmer said we made a bit of a mistake. We didn't come through with a spray for oats, and if you look right in the middle of the crop there where it's dark green, that is just solid oats. But all is not lost. There is a man close by, and he was actually in the Farmers Weekly last week, and he's got a special machine that will come across and skim the tops off, and he uses it mostly as a black cup. He uses it as a blackgrass control. But we're thinking the oats are poking so far above the barley that we can just, we don't want them oats in with the barley. So we're thinking we can get this guy to come down with his special machine, and it's not like the whole field needs to be done, it's just where it's thick. Like let's get round there and you'll see it. But if he can take with his special machine the tops of them oats off, and it's got a big hopper, everything gets conveyed, and I'll hopefully get a video for you. This isn't set in stone, so we might not arrive, but and we're going to get very, very busy as well. But I will try and get down here with a drone and film it, because the machine's quite clever. It slices off above the barley. Anything above the barley will get sliced off, and yeah, we're hoping to scoop all them oats and all the seeds, because the seeds are right above the crop. If you look at them, we're hoping to cut them off. He'll take them away for you, and he'll leave you a big pile that you've got to deal with another day, but that's fine, we can deal with that. But he will be able to take all of them oats away, and we'll be able to control that. He is a little bit expensive, but his tool, you know, he can only use this tool at certain times of the year, so it is what it is. It's made for blackgrass, and we'll talk more about it when he comes, and we might even get a ride on with him, who knows. Let's just see as it comes, but we're hoping to get rid of them oats because we've made a bit of a mistake with those. What will happen is they will ruin the sample that we get, and you'll just get feed barley, sorry, and it'll be such a shame because there's a nice crop of barley in there as well. So we're going to see what we can do with that. Look at those, they're thick as anything. but they're mixed in with barley as well. In there is barley as well, so it's not all bad news. And if we can eliminate 90% of that, and the combine will do a job as well because oats are light, and they'll be able to blow some of those out. But if we can eliminate some of those, it'll just help us a little bit. This is the Timothy we've got here. The grass looks absolutely beautiful coming through it. I'm just going to take a sample to take back for the farmer, just so he can. It's hard to tell when Timothy. It sounds like it's the right sounds, but you know, it sounds pretty good. It does. It feels pretty good, but Keithy likes to get right in there, and it's almost there. I would say it's almost there, but what we'll do is just take a sample back. The farmer can have a look at it and decide whether he's going to bale it tomorrow or the next day.